customer states, rotate my tires, and can you please take out the old air that's in my tires and put new fresh air in my tires. So that's what we'll do. So we'll take out that old air and we'll put in fresh air that the customer wants. So whatever the customer wants, the customer gets. But you hear it all. Let's get that fresh air put in those tires.
Customer states it smells like the battery is burning.
Customer states running rough with no power. I confirmed the complaint. Sounded like it was running with the choke on. It's an auto choke, and I confirmed that it's not stuck. Also, this is the air filter, and although it's dirty, it should pass air just fine, and it ran the same even with no air filter. Go ahead and shut off the fuel flow here. I'm going to drop the bowl of the carburetor, so I'm going to clean it up here. I've cleaned it up, cleaned out my carb bowl sample dish. We're going to see what we get. Well. Water. Again. Seems to be a common thing here recently. I just cleaned that one out for the same thing. Totally different customer. Also, why did they ever stop putting powder in gloves? Our sweaty shop hands don't go in these gloves easily. The rest of the bowl is clean, but I'm going to spray it out anyway. The main jet appears clear, but we're going to poke it and clean it anyway. Find the appropriate size welding tip cleaner and get to cleaning. Use a wire brush to get any varnish off. Sometimes you can quickly drop and reinstall the carburetor bowl without taking much apart, but I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way for the video. I'm going to remove the fuel line and drain the fuel tank. Also, these door panel tools are excellent for fuel lines. Got my carburetor bowl clean, got the gasket reinstalled. We'll do a quick sample of what's in the fuel tank. Yeah, I'm gonna drain all that. From the top, it looks fine. But draining the bottom, there's clearly water and very cloudy gas. We're just gonna drain the rest of that out. I'm gonna get a rag or something, put my other hand over this, and clear it out to where everything gets out the line. Clean and dry. Fill with fresh fuel, preferably non-ethanol, but I don't have that available to me in my area. This is old. They took it away from us. This is a step you don't have to do, but I do. I let fresh fuel run through the line for a second, just to be sure the line is clear. New filter. Run and check for leaks.
Happy Friday, y'all, and welcome to Customer States. Customer states I hit a pothole, and now my exhaust is loud. What the fuck? must have been a pretty big pothole there, bud.
Is that stretched?
Hey, that thing got stretched. The flex pipe.
I think we'll be alright to just sell them a muffler bearing repack. Should be fucking mint.
Customer states his 19-foot Raptor steering wheel is loose after off-roading.
Customer states no air. I see some clues. I'm gonna go get some gloves on first. Oh God. Oh crap.
All right, this rust belt shit's getting ridiculous. I mean, look at this tire. Look at these brakes. I mean, that's just ridiculous. That's just crazy.
Customer states only runs on half choke. Today we got a Kawasaki. When anything comes in running great on partial choke, I immediately look to the carburetor. Took a fuel sample at the carburetor, and I dropped the solenoid and took a fuel sample from the bowl. Carburetor bowl was about 60% water, so I immediately started draining the tank and cleaning the lines. Water is heavier than gas, and you can obviously see how much water is at the bottom of this fuel sample, and also how cloudy the gas is. So I'm going to finish draining the fuel tank. I'm going to replace that fuel filter. I'm going to put fresh gas in it. Then I'm going to turn the engine over with fresh fuel using the fuel pump. I'm going to pump it in a container until I get fresh gas before I ever hook the carburetor back up.
Customer states, check engine light at 36,000 miles. Well, they're also 20,000 miles past on an oil change. They brought it to the dealership because they have a 60,000 mile powertrain warranty. Unfortunately, that's not covered when you go 20,000 miles past an oil change and you're 3.5 quarts low on oil, when your car only takes 4.25 quarts.
This 2020 Peugeot came in to be checked for a low oil pressure light. It had almost 40,000 miles, and the owner said that it has always had regular oil changes. Unfortunately, in this situation, the previous shop may have been scamming the customer.
And drain plugs don't come out.
I think they might have did it this time. The boys was out riding the 220 and they said it starts ticking. So they shut it off, crank it back up, ticking stops. So they crank it up to come park it. Then they said it's knocking. Now it's a little bit on the locked up side.
It's a little bit low on oil. I have seen it way worse, I promise you. I have ran this joker dry before, several times. On another note, found the leak. Been looking for that for a while. It's finally showing its face. Looks like it's blown the O-ring in the oil filter cover.
I'm gonna try a little something here. I still got faith in the old girl. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It does roll backwards. it's actually still got compression. It's a little odd. It looks like this is fixing to turn serious. Put my town hat there, I don't want to get it dirty. Just based on how the engine was feeling, I took a guess out of here. Figured the easiest and most telling part would be the clutch housing. And wouldn't you know it, ta-da! You can't kill a bio. No, not the 220 you can't. You might break a foot on it every now and again, but breaking it? No. I mean, the spark plug has been cross-threaded in this thing for 20 years. We don't need a clutch. All that does kind of look like it might have hurt. It's a little scratched up on the housing. Might hurt the resale value just a little bit. Nah, that's normal. Got all the debris cleared out of the clutch. Make sure that is the only problem. You can't kill a bayou. To be continued.
Oh, do I have a good customer states one for you guys today. Customer states the wireless charger is in-op. Please inspect and report. Okay, so I verified the wireless charger is in-op. But look at this. So right here is the pad where you're supposed to put your phone for this wireless charger, which goes right in there. Here is where the wireless charging module is supposed to be. Here is where the wireless charging module is supposed to be, and it's not there. So I took it one step further and took a peek at the build sheet, and as we can see here, less wireless charging. So now the writer's got to explain to the customer that their vehicle's not equipped with a wireless charger. All right, here's our daily dose of customer states. Customer states, wipers not clearing well. Let's take a look. Wait, let's try that again. Anybody notice something here? Whoops. And now for your daily dose of customer states. Customer states, windshield fluid doesn't work on the back window. So right off the bat here, the headliner is looking a little discolored. So let's go ahead and work that rear washer, and it just pours right out. So we'll walk over to the headliner here. We got to pull down to access this washer hose, which we're going to look at, and yep, looks like we got a little bit of a Mickey Mouse problem here. All right, on today's episode of Customer States, 2020 Mustang customer states crank bolt came loose. Well, that's strange. Why the hell would the crank bolt come loose? Let's take a look. Huh. Wonder if that had anything to do with it. Let's take a look down here. Well, pretty sure that crankshaft's fucked. Well, stay tuned for part 2, guys. On today's episode of Customer States, we have a 2017 Ford F-250. Customer States blowing white smoke out the tailpipe. Let's go take a look. So we got the cylinder head off here because we have no compression on cylinder number 6. Cylinder 5 looks good. Cylinder 6 and looks good to me. Customer States 2016 Ford Edge transmission searches for gears and slips badly. Let's go take a look. All right. Taking a look at that magnet on the filter, it's looking pretty healthy, wouldn't you say? All right, moving on to these first set of clutches and steels. Not too bad shape, look pretty good here. As we get over here to these clutches, starting to get a little darker, a little burnt looking. All right, let's take a look at the steel plates. All right, not too shabby. Wait a second. Oh.
Why don't you say it, baby? Not like I don't mind, but we're so toxic lately. Don't you waste my time. Who you been fucking faking like I'm out of sight? This love ain't real and we don't feel right. It's me or them, but you won't decide. So won't you let go?